To this point, we've talked about how to use Twitter search and Twitter trends to start getting information and do market research and general research. But if you're just having to go to your mind and think of keywords, you're going to probably get stuck pretty quickly. So you need to figure out which tools do you want to use to help you come up with keyword searches. And I'm going to show you some of the most common and obvious ways to do this, and then you can apply what you get out of these tools into Twitter and start getting some real-time results. So the first thing is, if you just go to google.com and type in free keyword tool, Google provides a free keyword tool that basically lets you look at one keyword and it'll give you a whole bunch of related keywords and roughly how many searches are happening in Google every month. So if you click on that first link, it comes from an AdWords.google domain because AdWords is the platform that people use this keyword tool in. However, this one's free. If you have an AdWords account, you can go into the one that's included there. And let's go back to our other example where we were talking about karate lessons or self-defense kind of stuff. So let's actually do karate instruction as well as self-defense. And then you have an option here, only show ideas closely related to my search terms. I'll leave that unchecked because I want to get a pretty big list here, and then we can pick and choose which ones are appropriate. You just have to do the little CAPTCHA here, and then you click search. And usually, depending on your search, it'll take a little while to come back, and then it will give you quite an extensive list of results. Now, give me 100 here, and you can actually get more than that as well usually, but let's just focus on the first 50 here. So you can see karate instruction gets around 720 monthly searches, and then there's local searches as well. This local number kind of depends on where you're at, but let's focus on just the global volume for now. Self-defense gets a huge search volume, and then there's permutations of these words when you look at self-defense products, self-defense techniques, moves, tactics. These are all words that you may or may not think of when you're doing that market research. If I keep going down, I might see some for karate here as well. There's karate self-defense. You know, there's something that people search almost 2,000 times a month. I might not have thought of that combination of keywords. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just grab words right out of here, and you can copy them. Or what you can do is go to the top of your page, and you see right here it says download all or selected. So if you want to download them all, it'll pull them into a spreadsheet that you can then start copying and pasting into your Twitter search. So what I'm going to do is, let's open a second window here and go into search.twitter. And right here in search.twitter, let's just run some of these keywords through. So from your keyword tool, all you have to do is go over to any one of these. So let's say learn self-defense here. We'll just highlight that text, we'll copy it, and then we'll paste it over into this Twitter search. And then we'll see in real time what people are talking about here in Twitter. So just 19 minutes ago, someone said learn basic self-defense, and we can see there's actually some kind of event happening here. If you start focusing on local searches within 5 or 10 or 15 miles of your location, you can see how this would apply to doing local market research. So this keyword tool is a great way of coming up with keyword ideas. You'll probably want to play around with these results, use the download function as I said, put it into like a global spreadsheet that you can start using for your market research, and that's a great way to get started. Now let's look at another way of using Google to get other keyword ideas. So let's look at another way to get some keyword ideas, and it's a very simple utility here I'm going to show you. Just going to a standard Google search, let's go back to the self-defense idea. If I just type in self-defense here as a search, I'm going to automatically, through Google, start getting recommended or other popular searches with the word self-defense in it. So there's weapons, products, techniques, classes, on and on and on we go. Let's pick techniques here because we're marketing this whole idea of like lessons and videos and so on. So pick techniques. You can see there's tons of results, 29 million results. YouTube videos are coming up. Websites have been optimized for it. I'm not so much interested in those things. However, doing market research on this, you probably should read some of these websites and watch some of those videos because you'll get some ideas of other things you could be marketing or other words you could be using. But if I scroll down to the bottom, this is kind of the area I wanted to show you. Self-defense moves. fighting techniques. These are all related searches to the term self-defense techniques. And you can start putting these searches into Twitter and see what people are saying in real time about them. So let's say self-defense moves as an example. We can just copy that text and paste it into a Twitter search. And there we got a bunch of people. Well, the latest one is 12 hours ago, so it's not something that's happening all the time. But if you combined, let's go back here, if you combine that term, self-defense moves, into a quote, and then put the word or, we can start adding a whole bunch of these things. So we can say, show me all the tweets where somebody said self-defense moves, or if they said the word fighting techniques. Let's do 3 of them just as a test here. So if somebody mentions self-defense moves or fighting techniques or, and notice the structure here, you just put in double quotes each one of your keywords separated by the word or. And we'll go grab one more here. Let's actually grab our original search, self-defense techniques. And we'll use those 3 and we'll search. So now we've got a much wider set of results. 1 hour ago was the latest one, so we're starting to get more and more. We're drilling down here into a number of different things. So what you can do with Twitter, and I'm going to show you this in a later lesson, is actually start tracking a number of different search feeds and automating those feeds into either an email system or something where you can keep an eye on it, because this stuff is going to be updating all the time. And as a marketer, you want to know about people talking about these particular keywords if that is your market. So using Google in that way is really useful. And then the last one I'll show you here is you go back to Google and just type in Google Insights. We can do the same thing here on google.com/insights search. Let's say self-defense. And Google Insight is going to actually it's going to drill down and give you some other information as stuff like regional interest. So you can see US is the most popular place where this kind of search is happening. Philippines is second, Canada is third. And then there's other related search items as well. So this will also help you with your Twitter searches. Self-defense classes. What is the best self-defense? Again, keyword combinations you probably never would have thought of if you didn't have these tools at your disposal. So those are 3 really good ways of getting ideas for Twitter searches. And you also might want to look at things like Yahoo Answers and even just reading blogs and e-zines in your niche or in your particular market. You're going to get all kinds of keywords, and that'll be more than enough to get you started in your Twitter searches.